Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live with your host, the Queen of Booga Booga, Psychic Sally Diane. How you doing tonight, Sally?
I am doing just great. We finished decorating the tree today, and always love that. And we also put together the Christmas villages. It's always handy to have somebody who's 6'2" around, especially when you're really short, can't reach anything. And so I took care of the bottom part of the tree, and he took care of the top part. We have these big ornaments that we got from the dollar store, and you can see our tree out of the front picture window. So you just put these great big plastic ornaments on the back side of our tree, so that the people from the street, just see the big ornaments, and then all the fancy ones are in the front of the tree. So it's looking really nice.
That's right. I can just see it 100 years from now. Dr. Lori can evaluate all these Dollarama heirlooms.
I know. Oh, yeah. Gotta love Dollarama. Of course, when we were States, we went to Five Below, and that was pretty cool, too. All right. So, and look, all of our friends are here. It's so nice to be back. This is our favorite hour of the week. So,
I didn't know we were gone. When were we gone?
Well, we've been gone from YouTube land for a week. So we're back in YouTube land with all our YouTube friends. Okay, everybody. I see that that a lot of you have questions, and we are going to start out with your 5-card spread for the Lovelorn. So everybody that's wondering, does he think about me? Will we get together? Just know this is the time for you. So all you people that are crushing out there, pick a number 1 through 5 for this week in my crush. So this weekend on my crush, pick card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, number 4, and last but not least, number 5. So which card did you pick? If you pick card number 1, right about there, honey. Oh, you did. Okay, so down, down, down. Right there? Awesome. Okay. So did you pick card number 1? Well, if you pick card number 1, then your card for your crush this week is the Knight of Coins. Your crush is paying attention to you. And I don't know whether there's going to be a message or not, but he's certainly going to be thinking about you. Did you pick card number 2? Well, if you pick card number 2, then this week in your crush, your card is the Ace of Swords. A message. You will be getting a message from your crush this week. There is communication there, and maybe even a little bit of a breakthrough. Did you pick card number 3? Well, if you pick card number 3, then this week in your crush, you have the King of Swords reversed. Ooh, this isn't a good week to believe what you hear or even what you see. This is not a good week for you to make any decisions about anything. Might be a good week for you to take a break from your crush. The King of Swords is not exactly a pleasant fellow when he's reversed. Did you pick card number 4? Well, if you pick card number 4, then this week in your crush, you have the Ten of Swords reversed. So this is an end to heartbreak. This is because it's reversed and the swords are falling off. It tells me that with you and your crush, there's been some sort of a stressor there that's being removed this week. So we'll see what that gets you. Did you pick card number 5? Well, if you pick card number 5, then this week in your crush, you have the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords talks about some forward movement in your relationship. But it does come with a little bit of a caveat that, yes, there's going to seem to be forward movement, but it might not have a direction to it. Okay, so thank you very much for picking one of the cards. And without further ado,
You can give yourself a little bit of room over there.
I could.
Yeah.
I definitely could. We'll put the runes over there. There we go.
Alrighty then. Hello.
Hello, can you hear him now?
Do you want to?
Oh, honey, I always want to hear you.
Oh, yeah. I know some people at work that don't. Anyhow, are you ready to go?
I am ready,
All
Freddy.
right. Let's start with Brother Chris. Will I get work hack on Monday or Tuesday about Fabricland?
Oh, word back. Okay. So, let's see. Shuffle the cards a little bit. And let's see. You'll hear something within 7 days. It might not be what you want to hear. The Hermit is reversed. Okay, yes, you'll hear from them within a week, but they might I don't really get a total rejection here, but I don't get an acceptance either. They might tell you that they're going to be making a decision after the first of the year or something like that, because it seems to be a delay. So you are going to get word back, but it's not really yes or no. Okay. And
next we have
Okay.
Sophia V.
Sophia V.
Will me and Chris reconcile and speak again to become better parents to our child?
You know, if I remember correctly, Sophia, haven't you been asking for a while about whether or not you're going to reconcile with Chris? And I know that you do want to reconcile with him, but I just get this feeling that, and I know I say it all the time about reconciliation not necessarily being a good idea, and it's certainly not necessary for you to be good parents to your son. And, okay, so we'll just go with this. And this deck, which looks similar but not quite the same to the Rider-Waite deck, is called the Double Major. And the purpose behind this deck is to kind of look at each card from different points of view. Okay, for example, here, when you look at this, you have the Wheel of Fortune, and this is the Wheel of Fortune where the good guys are on top. So there's a situation where the demon or the bat or the negative stuff in the situation is actually unlucky. So this feels like things like child support, responsibility, stuff like that. So it says that this is a fortunate time for you. This is a fortunate time for you. And we're going to get to this because this is where it ends. And this is your answer right here in this particular strength. But I do want to say that it starts out with the Lover. So the cards do recognize that this is something that, there's a piece of your heart that will always be in love with this man. You're kind of hooked on him. But it's also reminding me that this is a thing of the past. And now it's time for you to think about your future and your future on your own. And make sure that you get stuff in writing. So this is the stuff about being responsible parents, which is not necessarily about having a relationship. And here is your final answer. And You see how the lion in this particular strength, this particular version of strength, it's the negative aspect of strength. And when in the negative aspect of strength, the woman is overpowered in the situation. Instead of being confident, she's lacking of confidence, and she's shrinking down. And I think that you might be, what the card's basically saying is you're actually better off to do the responsible thing and think about it as being a parent and not worrying about reconciling with this guy. This is not a good idea. The reconciliation is not a good idea. The making him be a responsible parent is, but there's a reminder that you're not showing full confidence. And I think it's kind of like saying you're quitting on yourself a little bit. So this is a time for you to face the world bold and strong on your own, Sophia. Okay? This is not a time for you to give in to bullies or past habits.
And next we have Ashley. What does
Hi,
my
Ashley.
vibration say about me retiring at the end of the year?
Oh, retirement. Oh. I was 20 days from retirement. I would have been 20 days from retirement. But it looks like I'm going to be working a few more years. I know, my choice. Okay, so. Actually, I'm retiring this year, so. Well, when I put these two together, it does say you're ready to wind it down. You're ready to step off of the treadmill. I think that's sometimes the analogy for the rat race, isn't it?
Sorry,
Being on a
I didn't
treadmill.
realize you were talking to me. Since there's
yeah.
a camera here.
Okay, so anyhow, it does say you're ready to slow down. You're ready to get out of this, the hustle and the bustle, and you are a little bit concerned about whether you've made the right sacrifices or not. Let's see. Okay, so yes, you can. Yes, you can. The Two of Wands, there is this idea of worry included with this. So there is a little bit of worry about the future. And I even see that in the Hanged Man. But I really think that if you don't let yourself be bullied, and just, it looks like retirement's good. It really does. Yeah. Congratulations. Okay. So.
And next we have Haunting Live podcast. How will the Indigenous market go for everyone all over this Saturday in Guelph? That would be Guelph, Ontario.
Okay. Guelph, Ontario, which was one side of the Huron Road. Huron Road ran from Guelph to Goderich. So the Indigenous market. Ooh, bring your mittens. Bring your mittens. I'm just feeling chilled there. Okay. Five of Swords reversed. Okay, so it starts out, you do have politics with it, with this group of vendors, so it starts out saying step lightly here, so step lightly, be aware that there is politics there to deal with. Okay, and you have the Four of Cups, but it's a Four of Cups reversed. Let's see what this final one is. Okay, so it depends on what you want, because I worry a little bit about the politics here, but I think that you'll be happier with this market than the last market. And I think this is like when I look at the Eight of Wands, I just feel like this might be the end of the circuit for the year. So does that mean that the next market might not be until the spring? But it does feel like it, as far as markets go, maybe you are getting a little bit used, because I know you've done these markets for a while, so you might be getting used to the politics of it and how that goes. So yeah, it's going to be better than the last one. I'm not getting a 10 out of 10, but maybe a 6 out of 10, which isn't bad. Okay, so yeah, it's worth going.
And next we have Donna Butler.
Oh, hi, Donna.
Was that my mom I felt warm my back when I was hanging Christmas lights?
Hasn't she been around you a bit lately, Donna? Let's see. Let's see how things are going. I'm still going to use a tarot, just because that's what's in my hands. Okay, yeah. Yeah, one thing that she wants you to know is that she's been healing relationships. So I'm thinking that's on the other side, probably with her own mom and dad. But it feels like she's becoming more active in making connections. And the first thing she wants you to know is that there's been healing there. I like to see that. Yeah. Yeah, she has. Yes, she has. And I think she's being a little mischievous too. So she might be a little bit more like she was when she was younger. Because when I look at this, I just feel like she's saying, and I play little tricks on you sometimes too. So she does want you to pay attention to her. Yeah, she wants you to pay attention to her while she still has the ability to do it. But she is saying, it's coming to the point where she's not going to be able to come through for a while. So that's why you've been getting her so strong now. So that might have to do with the veil being a little bit thinner. And as we come to the spring, it becomes more difficult for them to communicate, because she's saying, I can communicate now, but there's going to be a bit where I'm going to have to go back. Okay. So yes, I think that's absolutely awesome.
And next we have Patricia, who wants a reading for December, or what's left of December.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Got on my Christmas sweater. One of them.
Yep. The rest I'm laundering.
Yes.
Yep.
I got one that has a little gingerbread man. His the cookie foot is a little crumbled. He's just going, uh-oh.
Broke his cookie foot, did he?
Broke his cookie foot. Okay, so who are we looking at? Patricia in December. Okay, Patricia. Wow, I'm getting a lot of water, which is weird. I'm wondering if that's literal. Let's see. When I look at December in general, it reads as Queen of Wands. It reads you as being the Queen of Wands. And that's a woman who is in control and maybe finally get a handle on some of the more distracting issues in your life. It looks like you're starting to become more focused on the path ahead, which I like to see. And then you had this emotional stuff. You remember I said I saw a lot of water? Although I am kind of concerned that that might be literal, because I feel like there might be a lot of rain around where you're at. So just be aware you might get flooding around you. I know you've already gone through some, but that's just what I feel. And I'm just trying to sort out whether this is real or whether this is emotional. It might be a little bit of both, but it does feel like it's on both counts, it's a little over the top. So you've got a handle on things. The people, situations around you might be a little off kilter, but you're doing fine. You know where you're going, and you know the opportunities you have. And when I look at the seven of coins, I see you making a lot of plans for the year ahead. So December's the year where December's the month where you're getting your ducks in a row for 2023. Okay, good luck to you, Patricia, and thank you for tuning in. And Jessica, love reading of my crush, Jose. There is a segment we do very front of the show for the crush. So you go to the front, do a pick 5, and that will be a reading for your crush. Okay, hi, Stephanie.
Donna has another question about New Year's and
For her and Babe.
yeah.
Okay.
Will Babe make it another year?
Well, they've made it many, many years. I was actually the bridesmaid, the witness at Donna and Babe's wedding.
Oh, here I was picturing a pig.
No.
Sorry, Babe.
Okay.
See, you've got me watching too many holiday specials and whatnot.
I know we have just been ODing on Christmas movies, but isn't this the time of year to do it?
Also, there's different kinds of mustard in the fridge, so I got a pork on my mind.
Okay, so let's see. Just in general for Donna and Babe. All right, so this isn't going to the road ahead. It seems like there might be a little bit of it feels like a couple steps back financially. So I don't see ruin here. I don't see ruin, but I do see that it just feels like a couple steps back. You always heard, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and it just feels like you might hit a bump in the road financially. So this might be a good time for you to kind of have a plan B there. Now, when I see the 2 of Swords, that's kind of an unseparation. Basically, in the year ahead, one of your children is coming back to live with you. Okay. So that's what I see ahead for you and Babe.
All right, next we have Bella.
Hi, Bella.
Does Gemini want to get my attention with his posts?
Should I refer her to the front of the show?
That's a 1-card flip.
Okay, Bella. Gemini. What's the Gemini catfish doing? Okay, so it's kind of yes and no, because he puts them out there and they're a hint, but he doesn't have the courage enough to say them directly to you. So I don't know how to answer you on that other than he is being wishy-washy. I think he's kind of seeing what kind of response he gets. That's not quite a fair game to play just because it always puts you on the defensive. But yeah, he does mean what he's saying on his posts, but it's kind of like he's what is the word I'm looking for? Plausible deniability. You know, so if he gets chicken, he can say, "Oh well, I didn't mean that about you," but he does. And so yes, he does, but he needs to step up and say it directly to you.
All right, Bella, there you go. He does have a plan. And it's
Yeah.
to drive you crazy.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, it's almost 9:30. It's time for the pick 3 for the week.
Ooh, pick 3.
This is where Sally draws 3 cards. You pick one ahead of time, and that is your reading for the week ahead.
That way everybody gets a reading. And speaking about getting readings, remember to subscribe so that you can ask questions in the chat and you can participate in the show and be one of our friends that way. Also, remember to like. That helps us a lot, and especially helps us when you tell your friends about us. And after the pick 3, I'll tell you how to get in touch with me for a reading. Okay, so here is your pick 3. Everybody pick a number 1 through 3. Did you pick number 1, number 2, or number 3? Look at the cards. Which is your card for this week? Card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3? Did you pick card number 1? Well, if you pick card number 1, then your card for this week is a 6 of Wands, but it's a 6 of Wands reversed. Ordinarily, it's a card of victory, but when it's reversed like that, it's a little bit delayed. So this is a week where you might be playing a little bit of catch up or a little bit of damage control. So keep your eyes open and be willing to make adjustments. All right, did you pick card number 2? Well, if you pick card number 2, then your card for this week is Chariot reversed. And the Chariot reversed, right side up, it's about things moving forward and getting a handle on all the different situations. When it's reversed, it has feeling like you might have a little bit of difficulty juggling a lot of things at once. This is a good week to focus in on things one at a time, just for efficiency's sake. And also I think that your mantra for this week should be the hurrier I get, the behinder I get. So don't rush yourself. Make sure you do everything correctly, I's dotted, T's crossed, etc. Did you pick card number 3? Well, if you pick card number 3, then your card for this week is the Fool reversed. And the Fool reversed, the Fool is a very optimistic card, and it tells you to be optimistic. And when it's reversed like that, it warns about the dangers of cynicism and being jaded. This is a week to go ahead and have a little bit of faith. Don't be afraid to take the opportunities that sit in front of you. And remember that whatever hardships life offers you is just a way to push you along the road. So if you're having difficulty with one thing, see it as a sign from the universe to move on to the next. Okay, so thank you for participating in the pick 3. And like I said, I'll tell you about how to get in touch with me. If you would like a reading with your Queen of Ooga Booga, Sally Diane, in person, dial the spa near the tracks at 519-272-1293. I believe that number's also in one of the corners. I also offer readings online for those who can't make it to Stratford, Ontario. And online, I can read you from anywhere in the world. And to schedule a reading with me online, just send me an email at queenofboogabooga@gmail.com. Okay, and on to your questions.
Babina, will I get a job with airline?
Okay, and I just decide whoever was next would get a reading with the runes. We'll just pick out a few. Okay, job with the airline for Babina. Okay, so the first thing you get is the Thorazaz, which is thorn, which talks about annoyances and delays. And so pick. It's not a matter of whether the airline picks you. You pick the airline with cautions. So before you accept a job at an airline, think about which airline you're working with, because so you avoid bad situations. Right here, it does seem like you are looking in the right direction when you're looking at airlines, because you have Suelu, the sun here, and you can find the job that you want over the winter. So you can find the airline job that you want over the winter, but be careful about who you get the job with. Yes. Choose your airline with care, but yes, you are favorably aspected there.
Well, there you go. And next we have Angie, who would want some insight into her future husband.
Ooh, okay. Angie's future husband. And I'm just going to stick with the runes because they're right in front of me. I'll do a couple more with the runes, then we'll go back to the cards. Angie's future husband. Well, it's not telling me too much about him yet, so I don't think this is somebody that you know as well as there's a lot of unknowns here, but it does feel like there is a connection here. You have ancestral God and kin. So husband is when when somebody becomes your husband, they become kin, they become part of your family. So yes, that blessing is on its way to you. Yeah, I don't think you found him yet, because it says you're still looking for him, and that's part of your journey. And so yes, you are on the path that leads you to your future husband. Let's see what these runes have to say about him. Okay, so you will meet somebody. This will be somebody who is very conventional, big on truth and justice. Probably somebody with a real strong moral compass. There might be a little bit of religion there, I'm not sure, but it does feel like between these three runes, it feels like your future husband is going to want the traditional marriage and the traditional family structure, but you do have home and family and pregnancy in the not too distant future. Okay, so you are on the path to meeting your future husband. You may have met him already.
Woohoo!
Just don't know all the things about him.
All right. Well, why don't you leave those out for one more reading?
One more reading?
Sophia, will I reconcile with N? Just throw those at her and we'll move on.
Yeah. The universe, Sophia, the universe is absolutely begging you to reconsider. You got change. You got Thegas here saying, please change your path. Please change your path. You can find one that has more happiness to it. Okay. When you ask if there's a possibility for reconciliation, that opportunity will be put in front of you, but please reconsider whether or not you want to do that, because you're not putting your happiness on the front burner there. Yeah, know that there's something better coming your way. There's something way better coming your way. So even if by the time the opportunity to reconcile with him is in front of you, you have a choice. You know, whether you're going with the new fella in your life or whether you're going back to him. I say go with the new fellow. Go with the new fellow. This guy's a blessing. Yeah. Basically, the universe is begging you to choose someone else because you'll be so much happier. And there's a blessing and family and victory there, and also a baby. So, yeah, you'll get a chance to be back together with him, but please don't. Just don't. Just don't. You're swinging the pendulum.
Yes. Well, because you're going to need it for the next question.
Oh, I am.
Sonia wants to have spirit guide messages for the week ahead.
Oh, Sonia and the spirit guide messages. I'm just trying to sort out what I'm getting because they're showing me a lot of I don't know. It feels like you're going a lot of different places this week because they're just showing me a lot of different doors. Yeah, so there might be some. I don't know. I haven't read the weather station, but they're showing me like slush and stuff. So yeah,
It all depends on where you live.
yeah. This is true. This is true. I'm just going to see what the cards have to say before I let that go, Sonia. And so, messages from our spirit guides this week. You are going to be doing a lot of traveling. Life's just going to expect you to go to a bunch of different places. Feels like you do a lot of running around and you're doing it through crappy weather. Sorry. It is a season where you're starting to reconnect with family members that you haven't heard from in forever. Oh, nice. You are going to the nice thing about the Christmas season is that that's the month where you get your bonuses and what have you. So it puts a little bit of extra money in your pockets. I know it's your own money that's being put in your pocket, but it's nice that you get a little bit more money in December. And then you have the lovers, but you have the lovers reversed. And the idea of this lovers is the blessing of the lovers. And it's basically saying if you reach a point where the love in your life is not a blessing, maybe it's time to take a little bit of a break. So sometimes you have to think about yourself first, and this is one of those times.
And next we have Stardust C.
Okay, and
Stardust C wants a 3 months reading regarding friends, homes, jobs, and the perfect place to get that is at the Spa Near the Tracks at 519-272-1293. If you would like a 3-month general reading, give them a call, make an appointment to see Sally in person, or if you can't be here in person, queenofboogabooga@gmail.com is the email address. It's on the ticker up top, and the website is sallydiane.com. And let's see, who's next? Stephanie. What spirit guide need to tell me this week?
Okay, so let's ask your spirit guide, what does Stephanie need to know this week? What does Stephanie need to know this week? He who hesitates is lost. He who hesitates is absolutely. Grab the opportunity.
Pull that over and down.
Okay, so sure. Is that better? Okay, so the phrase "he who hesitates is lost" went through my mind, and then I turned up the Ace of Wands. So it does talk about grabbing the opportunity that's right in front of you. But when it's turned upside down, it talks about failure to grab the opportunity that's right in front of you. Grab the opportunities that are right in front of you, even if you think it's rude or inappropriate for you to do so anyway. Definitely, definitely. This is the time for you to think about your own needs and your own future. It's kind of it's saying, think about your own bills and your own savings account. Grab the opportunity that's right in front of you. Yeah, definitely. Don't worry. Don't worry that it's a job that has a lot of competition, a lot more responsibilities. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. He who hesitates is lost. Sophia. Here you go. Hi, Yolanda. What would a relationship with NF be like?
No, Yolanda wants to know what's coming to 2023.
Oh, I was looking at what Solif was saying.
Suref, yes.
Yes. Okay. So Yolanda wants to look at 2023.
Pretty vague.
Yeah. Well, it's just quick reading. So I'll give you one thing that you need to know for 2023. Okay. So first off, the one thing you need to know is to accept sometimes know that you're not going to get everything the way you want it, but also know that when you don't get what you want, the universe will offer you other options. So be flexible in 2023. Be flexible, be charitable. Remember those who have helped you in the past because they will need help themselves. And this is a card about misinformation and gossip. And it just feels like your guides are saying, who spoke, if you hear somebody gossip about somebody else, they're going to gossip about you as well. So be careful about who you tell information about yourself. And if somebody has proven themselves untrustworthy in the past, don't trust them now. If somebody has ever lied to you, don't believe them. Because this is a card warning you of trusting negative or toxic people. And there's that, the Knight of Pentacles. But in 2023, aside from all the negativity, there's this idea that you will meet somebody very, very special. Okay, so thank you for tuning in.
And next we have Sulef. What would a relationship with NF be like?
Ooh, well, let's see. I'm just giving that deck a break. Going with my old friends here. Okay. So NF and Sula. So you have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, but they're both reversed, and it's maybe you guys are young, maybe entitled to indulge. I don't know, but there is this warning right off the hop that there is love there, and there is potential, but because it's reversed, it's a warning about being selfish or self-centered. So I think that's something that you both have to focus on, is learning to be part of a relationship. So you're both still getting over the selfish phase of your life. There's potential there, but there's some work that needs to be done. This can be a blessed relationship, but there's this idea that you guys need to work a little bit more on communication. Maybe focus more on the we instead of the me part of it. All right. I do see potential there. Every relationship is work.
Next, we have Sarah. Will Leo give me a commitment? That all depends. What kind of condiments do you come with?
What kind of what?
Condiments.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good thought,
You know, Leo the lion.
Leo the lion. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. Sarah and her Leo. Sarah and her Leo. Is there a commitment there? Yes, there's commitment. I just worry about how long he waits for it. It's kind of like he'll make you wait a bit, so it feels like you might be waiting another year or so for a commitment from him. But yeah, you stick next to him, you'll eventually get a commitment.
Santa wants to know whether she should stay away from her family.
Okay. Should I stay away from my family? Won't change the fact that you got a genetic bond with those people, but let's see what the cards have to say about Xana and her family. Let's see what your best strategy. There's always a strategy with dealing with family, right?
Yes, and if all else fails, break out Reddit and write it down.
That's right. Okay, so. Yeah, there she is, balancing it back and forth. So it's, do I go with my family or do I take a vacation in the Bahamas? Still thinking about it. And there's the characters at play. Yeah, you're right that this one will be an emotional one. Okay. So yeah, I can see all the emotions and I can see all the everything, but the bottom line is yes, you will not regret choosing your family, despite the tension, despite the everything, and despite the fact they make you crazy. Yes, this is a year for you to go. It actually turns out to be much better than you expected, and it ends much better than you expected. You will not regret. So I'm glad you asked.
Next, we have Sola.
Hi.
Will I move to another country next year?
Well, the truth is that the decision is always yours, but let's see what the energies are around it. So often moving to another country.
You know, the countries have to agree, right?
Have what?
Have to agree to let you in.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Usually.
What do you mean usually?
Well, talk to them in Texas and Florida. They'll tell you.
Somebody's got to pick those tomatoes.
That's Arizona and California.
Okay, somebody's going to pick up those road apples.
There you go.
That'd be Texas.
That'd be Texas. Okay, so off and moving to another country. You certainly have the opportunity. It looks like you've already put some of the paperwork in you've already started the process basically. So you're just waiting for stuff to go through. Doesn't seem like your family's too, when I see the emperor reversed, I just see that as being one of the old folks that really isn't happy. And my guess is that it's your dad that just doesn't want you to move that far away. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of emotion around it, but yeah, you've put the paperwork in process, and you'll leave with a heavy heart, but you will leave because it's what you want. And you understand that you cannot live your life through somebody else's expectations and dreams. You have your own.
All right, and next we have Suzanne. When will she be hired full time?
Okay, so first I want to make Patricia said she loved Christmas decorations the best. I do too. We have, when we look through the Christmas decorations that we put up, that some of them have so many memories. I have some little the little marine animals that my sister Patty got for me when we were at the Pacific Aquarium in California. Remember that trip? Yeah, and so we have that as a souvenir. We have beautiful lace candles that were sent from Austria from his aunt. I have the wreath that my cousin made. And that has a lot of, that was back in the day when they used to have, big baskets full of little gifts and everybody'd wander around.
Oh, I really like those lace candles from my aunt.
Oh, those are beautiful.
Depending on how much eggnog you've had, they'll take on different shapes.
That's right. Or look at them sideways, right?
Upside down?
Yeah, then you see the gnome.
There's a gnome?
Sure. There's no place like Nome.
Alaska.
That's right. I was thinking that myself. Okay, so where are we?
Suzanne still wants to get hired full time. So maybe we should tell her next Sunday.
Suzanne hired full time. Still feels like January, but let's see. Let's see what's on the path that you're on now. Yeah, still giving me 4 weeks. Okay, so I do feel like this is something that's going to take 4 weeks. You still have 4 weeks in front of you. It does say that there is a good reference. So your reference, whatever reference you come with, gets you your next job, and you'll hear about it, but you won't hear about it until after the first of the year. It just feels like that's the way the universe wants to treat you. So 4 weeks, relax, enjoy Christmas. Teach Max how to make cookies.
All right, Lucid Dreams wants to know, will Cece stop letting his family and ex-girlfriend interfere with our relationship?
Oh, I could tell you right now, if Cece is letting other people interfere with the relationship, then you really don't have one. because that's disrespecting you. If he doesn't think enough of you to defend, to stand by you, then, you know.
Well, let's see if the cards agree.
Well, I just get this feeling, I know you do too, that it's kind of like they interfere because he left them. There's a complacency there. You can smell it. See, there is love there. There's that reminder that, you guys love each other and he's being blind to the situations because he does not like confrontation. And no man wants to step in front of a mad woman. Us women are scary. Okay, so the cards are saying he loves you. He loves you, but he's a coward. And flat out, he's being a coward. You might have to push him a little bit, and it's kind of if you push him to stand up to the mother and the sister-in-law, was it?
Girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, family and ex-girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you need to let him know right off. That's not cool. And why his mother's interfering is beyond me. If he wanted to be with her, he'd be with her. He's with you and he loves you.
Well, it's 10 o'clock?
Is it?
Yes, it is. Suzanne, okay. What do you mean there's somebody with Sally's name on YouTube? Explain yourself. There's someone with the Queen's name on YouTube spelled exactly the same. We are on YouTube. Suzanne. You got some double vision happening here?
Oh, Karma Moonstar. Love that name. Wants to know if he will get his truck up and running properly.
All right. Well, let's do that.
Wow. Karma Moonstar's truck. Karma Moonstar's truck. Let's see. Well, you said $700 gets the 7 coins.
Yep.
And the way it is, like,
yep.
Kind of wait and see. It's always a little bit more, It's always going to be a little bit more. Why don't you have like the 3 of Pentacles or something? Oh, okay. I stand corrected. Yes. Yes. Yep.
It's going to spring a leak, is it?
No, these are actually pretty good cars. He just wanted to know if he will get his car back up and running properly, and the answer to it is yes. Yes. Yes, you will. And it's kind of saying it's a labor of love, and yes, you'll get to drive it, and yes, you'll get to show it off, and yes, you'll get to enjoy your baby. Sure, it's kind of like being my baby.
Oh, okay, Suzanne, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, we know that account. We own that account.
Oh, okay. That's us. All right. Okay, Yolanda, didn't we already do that?
We did one for Yolanda. Yeah, let's see
what is coming up in 2023.
Oh, Michelle Weber is looking for a new job.
Oh. Okay. So, and that will be the last one, isn't it?
That's up to you.
Yeah. It's getting late, folks. Michelle, I'm just going to take a look at your new job. Okay, Yolanda. Yeah, we'll be uploading this shortly because we're winding the show up, and then just go to our channel. And if you watch it from the beginning, if I remember correctly, you weren't too far into it. So. Oh, yeah. Congratulations on the new job. Looks like it's a really good leg up. It's putting you on a good path. This is one that should last a little while. And it looks like there's a path toward like a ladder to go up, because there's money attached here, and it's saying that it's something that you love. They're going to bring some new challenges. Okay, so thank you everyone for tuning in. We just really love the hour that we spend with you guys every Sunday. It's so special to us, and we love you all.
Are we saying good night?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good night. Bye. See you next week.
Did you actually shut it off?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I'm being long-winded, I know, but I just had to tell y'all how much we appreciate you. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do. And tell your friends. Make sure you hit that notification bell, because every now and then we do a surprise live. And we love coming online and reading your questions and talking to you guys and getting your feedback on stuff.
Yes. And if we ever do a surprise live really, really early in the day, it's because we're still up.
We got to start doing surprise lives at 2 a.m. That would be unique.
That's when I'm doing readings with one eye open.
Okay, so thank you everybody for tuning in. Remember, like and subscribe, and tune in again next week, Sunday night, 9 o'clock, right here for another exciting episode of Psychic Sundays Live with your Queen of Ooga Booga and her beloved producer. Have a great week.